Okay, so everyone's talking about this movie, The Wild Robot,
Mm.
and this Deadline Contenders London event, right?
Right.
But let's dive deeper than just the buzz. Like, what makes it more than just a kid's film? Because
Oh.
people keep comparing it to E.T.
Yeah, Deadline's really calling it a must-see, even for, serious film buffs. And it's based on Peter Brown's book, which apparently was huge.
Yeah.
And, adults loved it as much as kids.
Interesting. So it sounds like they're going for that same broad appeal with the movie then, huh?
Definitely. And honestly,
Yeah.
who doesn't love a heartwarming story these days?
That's true. But, okay, so what is it about the story itself that's so appealing to, such a diverse audience?
So you've got Roz, this robot,
Okay.
and she's voiced by Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, wow.
Amazing casting, right?
Yeah.
She crash lands on this island, but here's the thing. It's full of animals,
Okay.
and she's never seen an animal before.
Oh, that's interesting.
Imagine, you're a robot suddenly thrust into a world of, sniffing noses and weird noises and territorial chirping.
I mean, who hasn't been there, really?
Right.
Feeling like a robot amongst, a flock of geese.
Exactly. That's the vibe.
I have to admit, when I read that in the Deadline article, it did make me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does a robot even begin to, assimilate into that world?
Well, she's not alone, luckily. She has Fink.
Think.
Yeah. This feisty fox character voiced by Pedro Pascal, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Deadline raves about his performance.
This is so good.
He really is. And they become this unlikely pair. Imagine this robot and this fox just trying to figure things out. Makes you think about how sometimes the best connections come from the most unexpected places.
That is fascinating. So we have Roz and Fink, but then it gets even more interesting because she ends up raising an orphaned gosling, like a robot, raising a baby bird. It makes you wonder, how does that even work? Can a robot, programmed with logic and all that, suddenly have parental instincts?
Yeah.
Does Deadline go into that emotional journey at all?
They do. And what's really cool is how they show it visually, too.
Okay.
Deadline uses the word painterly to describe the animation.
Interesting.
Which makes sense because Roz is, experiencing the natural world in all its beauty for the first time. And it's like her emotions are reflected in that.
It's like she's seeing the world in full color now that she's feeling all these emotions, right?
Exactly.
And speaking of breathtaking, Deadline compares the animation to classics like How to Train Your Dragon, which I think is interesting because it's the same director, Chris Sanders.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But they said that the score by Chris Bowers is just as impactful.
Wow. They're really pulling out all the stops, huh?
It seems like it. So what does all this mean for us, the viewers? Because it sounds like The Wild Robot is more than just, a heartwarming adventure. It's about family, resilience, and what makes us human. Or, well, in Roz's case, what makes her connect with living beings.
Exactly. And that's the big question that stuck with me. Could we all use a bit of Roz's, adaptability, especially in today's world, that openness to connect with things, or people even, who are different from us?
Yeah, it definitely makes you think.
It does.
Well, on that note, this has been a fascinating look into The Wild Robot.
It has.
And we'll be back next time with another deep dive.